just looking at the tailpipe emissions is not enough, because especially in the heavy-duty sector, we won't be able to cover everything with all electric. This is physically not possible, and especially for long distances and heavy loads, we have to make use of alternative fuels, and in this case, especially biomethane, and very especially in its liquid state is the solution that will, from my perspective, and this is what many technicians and scientists are telling me, will have a strong future, and this brings also a strong contribution to carbon dioxide reduction.
I think I can agree with Jens and many other things that have been said here today. I will say that the main challenge is what I think Professor Wilner was very clear on, that is the speed that is needed here. And in order to get that high speed, we of course need to take advantage of technologies that are available today, and also of course fuels that are available today. And we definitely believe that bio-LNG is an important part of the solution today and also in the future. So to us, it's very much a challenge to, let's say, make clear to our customers, make clear to other stakeholders, including many energy companies, that bio-LNG is also a long-term part of the puzzle. We need to continue to grow bio-LNG and sales of gas trucks.
Thank you, Sasha. Hi, everyone. Well, I would actually concur very much with what has been said, and to me, really the challenge we have today is that what is actually the most cost-effective and practical low-carbon solutions that are already in use today, that are scaling up across Europe, are not sufficiently recognized by the legislation, and this is actually creating a risk to miss our carbon neutrality target, as it was said before, because we can't afford to wait for new technologies to be ready to be scaled and to be affordable. We really need all of them, including these great biomethane solutions that we have today.
When we look at Europe, we have few countries, they, let's say, support and even subsidize the using of LNG, for example, or bio-LNG a lot. But we have also countries where there's no support at all. So, well, if we are talking about decarbonizing the fleet and we talk specifically about NGV, then we, as a business, we have to select and really choose some particular areas or geographies where we implement these solutions. And it's, let's say, in a kind of when we compare it with the traditional fuel like diesel, I mean, the costs are higher, but sometimes where you have absolutely no support, the costs are too high.
I agree with pretty much everything that's been said so far. I think I would add in perhaps the certainty aspect, because to invest in this technology, whether it's trucks that Katarina will need to do or stations that we need to do, obviously we tend to be averse to investing in something that we don't see what the long-term outlook is. If we're investing in a network, as we are, we have 200 something stations in NGV today. If we want to build that out, we want certainty that in 5, 10, 15 years, there's still a business behind it. Obviously, we think there is still a business behind it, and we've heard from everybody else that it really is the way today to drop your carbon emissions quickly. So some regulatory certainty that will be the case, this will be the case, that this will be taken into account in carbon counting is only going to help. It'll help people like DHL know that they'll get their money's worth from their trucks, and it'll help us service those trucks in building out our network. What we do need to do is persuade more clients. The clients who are coming to us and saying, I have to become carbon neutral, well, obviously we're saying, well, here's your answer. It's biomethane. But again, there's this thing of, can I use that biomethane for 5, 10 years? If I buy my trucks today and tomorrow the European Commission says, oh, do you know what? We want to phase out the internal combustion engine, then we have an issue. And we've just heard from Professor Wilner that that's really not the way to go if we want to reach our climate targets?
Basically, what I'm currently seeing, and I had today a discussion with a customer like that as well, is there's a switch in the market in the customer perception from price buyers. No? So LNG was pretty attractive in specific countries towards decarbonizers. So it's not any longer the carriers taking the decisions, but basically the shippers. Yeah. So basically companies like us with big transport requirements. So all of those customers are usually looking straight forward to a European proposition. So therefore, when we talk about an offer with regards to bio-LNG, those customers are looking for a European proposition and not just a proposition from country to country. And that obviously has something to do with the legislation, rollout of biomethane, Europe-wide, and so on, to support this proposition. So the first thing they need to understand is if they are allowed in the future to transport their goods, for instance, when we talk about, let's take supermarkets, it's a good idea. Huh? We have supermarkets in our neighborhoods, yeah? And the question is, so the supermarkets are close by to our homes, isn't it? So the question is if they can supply, as we heard before, their products still to the supermarket. So that's their core question, their first question. No? And then the second question for them is how expensive is the change? Yeah, and what does it mean to my logistical processes? So what is the impact here? No, and usually they are looking forward to scalable solutions, which they can quickly basically convert within their logistical processes.
Talking about the end customers, the fleets,
yeah,
I fully agree with that. I could summarize it with the idea that the fleets need practical solutions that deliver the performance they need in a cost-effective way. And today, biomethane trucks fulfill that very well already. As it was said, what is missing is more the right signal from the policies at European level that this is a solution not only very short term, but that it has a future.